Drake May is the guy of this draft.
I think he looks a lot like Justin Herbert.
We always saw some Patrick Mahomes and Caleb Williams.
Is that definitely going to be the number one overall pick?
I think 1,000% it's going to be Caleb, and I think it should be Caleb.
All right, listen up, sports personality dummies. We're not going to keep disrespecting Bo Nix like this. Most of you don't even have him on your top 10 boards. Are you serious right now? He's number 6 on Mel Kiper's draft board. And look, I get it. At this point, the only people who take Mel Kiper seriously are the people who work at ESPN and are paying him. This dude has less hits in the last 15 years than Jennifer Lopez. And look, we do have to be respectful to Mel Kiper for what he did for mock drafts. According to Wikipedia, he's the one who actually created the mock draft board back in the 1980s. That was like 1,000 years ago. I wasn't even born yet. Mel Kiper's kind of like Steven Seagal. We kind of liked him in the 1980s, but now we don't really remember why. Who's Steven Seagal? I'm too young to even get my own references. Okay, that's all the jokes I wrote for this episode. I spent hours last night reviewing film of the top 6 prospects, the top 6 quarterback prospects for this NFL draft. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix Jr., and Bo Nix. Those are the 6 quarterback prospects for this draft that everybody's talking about. And after watching film of them, after watching their highlight reels last night, after reviewing their stats, here's what I came away with. Are you ready for this take? Drum roll, please. It would not surprise me if 2 years from now, we look back at this draft and we say that Bo Nix is the best quarterback that came from this draft. He played 5 years in college, 61 games, the most starts by any quarterback in NCAA history. He's got a ton of experience. He played in the SEC, the Southeastern Conference, and he went up to the Pacific Northwest, played for Oregon in the Pac-12. So he's played in warm weather South, he's played in the cold North, he's played in the rainy Northwest, he's played in the snow, he's played in the sun, he's played in everything. A lot of experience for a rookie quarterback. But allow for me to clarify my point. I'm not saying he's the top prospect. What does prospect mean? Prospect means, given the information we have available to us at this point in time, looking at how these guys played in college, how do we think that they will translate to the NFL based on what we know now? Who is the most likely to succeed in the NFL? And no, I do not have Bo Nix as the top prospect. But here's where I do rank the top 6 prospects. Number 6 is J.J. McCarthy. And knock it off, ESPN. Why is this dude moving up on people's draft boards? Oh, because he threw a hard football at the combine? Ooh. Are we not going to look at any of his film from the last few years? I mean, we're just going to ignore the fact that this is a guy who hasn't thrown for more than 22 touchdowns yet? Are we just going to ignore the fact that this guy hasn't thrown for 3,000 yards in a single season yet? I'm not saying he's going to be a bust, but he's not a more promising prospect than Bo Nix. He's not a more promising prospect than the other 5 quarterbacks. All right, number 5, and I know I'm going to get heat for this one, but hear me out. It's Drake May. Okay, look at these plays. When I watch these plays, I'm noticing that these are underthrown footballs. I'm noticing that these are balls that get intercepted in the NFL. I see a guy who is struggling to lead his receivers. A guy who had a good second season in college. Mediocre year 3 though, and didn't get much playing time in year 1. So just like I feel about JJ, I'm not putting a ceiling on the kid. I'm not saying that Drake May won't be good in the NFL or that he can't get better and develop and all these things. I'm not saying that he can't, but given the information in front of us at this point in time, he's the 5th best prospect. All right, number 4 is Michael Penix Jr. Most boards are putting him at 5 or 6, which is a little confusing to me. You mean the guy that played 6 years of college football, so lots of experience, similar to Bo Nix. The guy that threw for over 4,500 yards in each of the last 2 seasons. The guy that threw 31 touchdown passes to 8 interceptions in 2022, 36 touchdown passes to 11 interceptions in 2023. Throw in 6 rushing touchdowns over those 2 seasons. Throws a beautiful football. I don't love the interceptions, which is why I can't bring him up to number 3. Sometimes his form feels a little bit off, and I realize I'm nitpicking, but that's how close it is between numbers 2, 3, and 4. It's just that tight where you kind of have to nitpick to separate. Michael Penix Jr. is the 4th best quarterback prospect in this draft. I'm going to jump ahead. Nobody said that I have to do this in order. Number 1, okay, this one's really obvious. It's Caleb Williams. Williams. His skills do go beyond the stat sheet, and it's an impressive stat sheet. We're talking 42 touchdowns to 5 interceptions in 2022. We're talking 30 touchdowns to 5 interceptions in 2023, rushing for double-digit touchdowns in each of those seasons, and the dude can straight up play. He's athletic, makes good decisions with the football. If Chicago treats him right, as in they put an offensive line in front of him, it looks like they're doing that. They give him some receivers, looks like they're doing that. They give him an offensive coordinator, looks like they're doing that. He could be the best quarterback to play in Chicago for a long time. I mean, we're talking since before Jay Cutler got there. All right, number 2, it's going to be Jayden Daniels. Played really well over the last 2 seasons, rating over 140 in 2022 and over 200 in 2023. Daniels looks like he can make all the throws out there. The game looks natural to him. He makes playing quarterback look easy, a characteristic similar to Patrick Mahomes. No, I am not saying he's the next Patrick Mahomes. There is no next Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying they both have this characteristic where they make playing the position look easy. It looks like a video game almost. It looks like we're playing Madden when these guys are playing quarterback. For Jayden, we have yet to see if he can do that at the pro level, but the Commanders should take him at number 2, and they should be happy to take him at number 2. And so obviously that leaves number 3, my guy, Bo Nix. Once again, I would not be surprised if a few years from now, it turns out that Bo Nix was the best quarterback to come from this draft. Of the quarterbacks on this list, Bo Nix has the most passing yards, the most passing touchdowns, the most rushing touchdowns, the best touchdown to interception ratio, and the second most rushing yards. If all we knew was the stats, if we didn't have the film, we just had the stats, we'd say that Bo Nix is the best quarterback in this draft. The Patriots should take Bo Nix at 3. They should sit him behind Jacoby Brissett for a year, because I actually think that every rookie quarterback should sit for a year. And Bo Nix should be the New England Patriots' new franchise quarterback starting in 2025. Thanks for watching. If you want more unfiltered takes, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button to help the channel grow. We recently went over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. I promise we're only going to make the content better and better and better. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later.